time zone, it's me, DjDoubleT, here and existing with some more Dreambound, a game where the visual novel and someone who's grieving, and you're traveling through dreams trying to solve a murder mystery. And I'm excited to do some more character voices and just diving in more. Hello, Sarybot. We all love the Sarybot. Anyways, without further ado, let's just dive in and continue. Bad dream. Ugh. No need to yell. Where the hell did you come from? Noah sat up from his place on the couch, feeling the ache of his muscles. Loud cracks came from his shoulders as he stretched. Front door. You left it unlocked. Right. Well, glad to see you're okay. Since when did you care if I was okay or not? Fine, I don't care. What took you so long? There are some guard dogs, and a police chase involved. Don't worry about it. I'm just not gonna ask. At the very least, I hope you didn't lead anyone back here. Hi, Envy God. What's up today? Not to worry. It's not my first time. That only makes me worry more. Did you get the information you needed? No, not really. Good. I'm glad we didn't just break into a government building and jump from the 11th floor for nothing. You're the one that forced me to do it, not the other way around. Sure. You hungry? Starving. Ivan pulled a variety of unhealthy looking snacks out of his giant pockets. That's the dream. The dream to have like a bunch of snacks just hidden away when you need it. Perfect. Didn't come out empty-handed at the least. Whatever. Pass me that. Minutes passed by with nothing but the sound of the two eating snacks. What's the time? I don't know. 4 p.m. I guess. I feel like I've forgotten to do something. Ah, shit. Kane. What's he got to do with anything? Fuck. Everything's such a mess. You gotta explain or just keep talking to yourself. You and I were on the news this morning. Where can I pick up my royalty check then? We were caught on camera falling from Kane's office. Police are everywhere looking for who did it. It's probably only a matter of time before they work out that we used Kane's card. Ring, ring, ring. Fuck. Noah hopped up from his spot on the couch reluctantly and picked up his phone. Did my phone ring while I was asleep? Yeah? How many times? I know, maybe 7 or so, and I wasn't keeping count. Oh. I'm seriously fucked. Why didn't you wake me up? Actually, forget it. Hello? Where the hell have you been? Kane's voice was somewhere in between a scream and a whisper, as if he wasn't supposed to be on the phone right now. Sleeping? Look, I think I know what this is about. Oh, I'm sure you do. I seriously can't believe you right now. Are you at home? Yeah? Stay right there. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. We're going out to talk. Fine. The line went silent. Sounds like it went well. He's going to kill me. Really? I think he likes you too much for that. I'd be surprised if he didn't hit me at this point. It only took 10 minutes for the front door to swing open. The face of the person who entered had reddened eyes and a drooped brow. Kane, I've spent the whole day being interrogated by the police. Did you know that? And berated by my boss. I'm probably going to be fired. And all I could do was sit there and take it. What else could I say? My best friend did it? My best friend stole my ID card, broke into a government building, then did who knows what to my computer? And to top it all off, he then jumped out of my window and disappeared. If it helps, I'm the one who stole it. You can hand me in if you want. Doesn't make a difference to me. No, that doesn't help. The fact you're here at all doesn't help. Kane, listen, I wanted to. Wanted to what? Ruin my life? What, you've wanted all this time is for me to leave you alone? Is this your way of telling me to get lost for real? No, if I had to guess, I'd say he wanted proof that this August really died. Is that true? Crow is not August. He's not real. You saw him just as clearly as I did. Noah, this is insane. We both know he died. I was the one left alone at his funeral after you disappeared. I was the one that sat in our classroom with no one left after he died, and you ran away. He's not here anymore. Why can't you accept that? Because whatever wrong. Their systems had his details all wrong. They said he died of an illness, and that he didn't have a burial place. What if he's stuck there with no way out? No system is perfect, Noah. There are details that need to be fixed. I saw his grave with my own eyes. Why are you so stuck in a fantasy? No, Kane sighed, rubbing at his temple. Look, I didn't come here to argue. We're going out. Okay. I've got nothing better to do. I'll come along. I didn't invite you, so please, don't invite yourself. Okay, guess I'll just follow along behind you at a reasonable distance in the same direction. Kane left first. For some reason, the sound of the door shutting behind him filled no with guilt. He stood, brushed off the crumbs from his clothes, then followed behind the man. Outside, the sun had already set on the city. The whole day had been lost, never to be reclaimed. Noah quickly caught up with Kane, who didn't bother speaking up upon seeing Ivan had tagged along after all. I don't really have the money to be eating out right now. You know, you don't have to worry about that when you're with me. Once again, a pang of guilt went through Noah's heart at Kane's tender words. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Let's eat. Then we can talk. What are you buying us? I'm not buying you anything. But I don't have any money either. Stand outside then. I'll get you something. Fine, whatever. But we're going somewhere cheap, seeing as I'll probably be out of a job in the near future. Haynes stopped in front of a worn-down, aged diner looking up the sign. It might not be a good idea too. This will do. Come on. He left no room for argument. Ivan and Noah followed in behind him, Noah with his head down low and Ivan with his head up high. Oi, you two! Ah, shit. What is it? It's... Sorry, I had to sneeze. Muted my mic for that reason. They don't like sneeze into my mic and be like, hello, and here's a sneeze. It's a long story. Ma'am, we came in to apologize and pay what we owe. You think that'll make everything better? Our dear friend here was in an accident and hospitalized, and we had to rush to his side. Now that he's finally out and about again, this was our first stop. My deepest apologies. I can imagine this put a strain on you, so we'll be paying double. Oh. If it was for a reason like that. Okay, but don't let it happen again. Do you understand? Of course not. Kane, my dearest friend, if you would pay. What? How about you? Ivan lightly elbowed the man, who looked back and forth between him and the owner of the restaurant. Right, sure. How much is it? If it's double, $80. Reluctantly, Kane passed over the money before shooting a glare back towards Ivan. We'll be going now. See you next time. What the hell was that? There was a small issue with a dine and dash the other day. I feel like I don't even know you these days. Those words dug deep into Noah, but he couldn't think of anything to say in response. Whoops, did not mean to click that. Kate sat down on the curb, his head in his hands, and a deep sigh escaping his lips. Quietly, Noah sat down beside him. Ivan hovered behind, standing. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Neither do I. What went wrong between us? Me, probably. That's not true. You've gone through a lot. I understand that. I'm trying to support you. Look. Why did you do it? Because Crow. For him, I just wanted to check to see if there's any possibility that could be him. Noah, I know. I know you want him to be back, and I know that world feels real, but it just can't be him. But what if it is, and I leave him there alone again? Then I'll prove that they're not the same person. How are you gonna do that? You're going back, aren't you? To those dreams? I have to. People are. I know. I know that no matter what I say, you'll go anyway. You've always been like that. Why do I have a feeling that Kane's gonna die? Like, there's like death flags for Kane. It's just, I don't know. I'll come with you. But you have to promise me that once we prove that Crow is in August, you'll stop trying to find out information about him. Fine. Good. What'll happen with your job? Wait, what'll happen with your job? I'll talk it over with my boss. Just lay low for a while, okay? No more jumping out of buildings. I'll try my best. I'm sorry. I know that's not much worth much coming from me. Noah, you're my best friend. That's never changed, and it won't change. An apology from you is all I wanted. Well, I'd also like it if you gave up on this dream thing, but I know you're stubborn. Yeah, well, you've always known me best. And I try. Anyway, it's just a guess, but I assume you have someone else in mind. I have an idea. Luca. Luca? To be totally frank, that guy was an asshole. More than an asshole. I'm not sure if the world wouldn't be better if he wasn't in it. Why do you care? I've given up trying to find an answer. Where are we going? Did anyone say you were invited? I have a guess at who could be targeted next. If not next, then at some point in the future, someone I went to school with. If it gets me out of here, then that's fine with me. You hang around like a bad smell. I could say the same about you. And I don't think you have Noah's best interests at heart. Not up to me what you think. So you're saying you do have his best interests at heart? I didn't say that. I have my own best interests at heart. Everyone does. You can lie to yourself about it and say you don't, but that's your business. Then why are you following him around? Ivan simply shrugged. If he had any other thoughts on the matter, he didn't bother telling Kane. You two can stay here and argue then. I'm leaving. Stick around here with him? I'm good, actually. Noah turned back towards an alley that sat in the shadows, out of sight from anyone that passed by. Ivan was on his heels, leaving Kane alone in the street for just a moment before he chased after the other two. For just a moment, watching their backs, Kane saw two very different people, and a small smile rose to his face as a strange nostalgia for a time lost to the past come to surface. Or came to surface. Into the dream realm, aren't we? As Kane stepped into the alleyway, the ground gave way beneath all three men. Ivan seemed overly used to the feeling. He crossed his legs as he fell, leaning back to do somersaults with ease. Meanwhile, Kane clung onto Noah tightly, his face darkening, and he shut his eyes tight. He was never good with heights, was he? Noah hit the ground with a loud thud. As he sat up and opened his eyes, he finally noticed that the room was pitch black. Kane? Ivan? Silence followed his questions. Guys? Is anybody there? Noah's eyes started out around the darkness, straining desperately to see something, anything. In the distance, he could hear the sound of rustling, of footsteps on wood, of a nearly silent chuckle. He clenched his fists, then unclenched them. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone anymore. Crow. It was the gentle touch of wind on his cheek, a soft caress against his hand, a breeze that blew away any anxiety the darkness had begun to give him. That's how he knew he was there. I'm here. Don't worry anymore, because I'm here. Still seated on what could only be the ground, Noah reached up and grasped for the blonde-haired man. In the end, he caught hold of his sleeve and held fast. But only a moment later, Crow pulled away. A sense of disappointment sat within Noah, but that was quickly washed away as Crow took his hand instead. What? Where have you found yourself now? You always end up in strange places, don't you? I don't know where. In an instant, Crow had pulled Noah to his feet, with their hands still interlocked. Noah finally began to feel at ease. But oppositely, Crow's voice had begun to be stained with worry. I'm glad you're okay, but we have to go. Come on. Kurt broke into a run, guided through the darkness only by the small space the two connected. Noah followed after him. What's wrong? What's wrong? Why do we have to leave? There's something wrong with this stream. It's, distorted and not safe. Wait, two others came with me. Others? Kane and Ivan. Kane? His voice held recognition. Crow searched through the darkness as if his eyes could see much better than Noah's ever could. Where are they? I don't understand how you were split up. Why did you three all come here? This person, I thought they might be targeted next, so I wanted to come help. Realization hit Noah like a truck. If it's dangerous here, you shouldn't have come. I don't want to put you in danger. Noah, that was never an option. Why? You called for me, and I will always be here when you call for me, no matter what. Through time or space, I will always be here for you, as long as you need me. Noah swallowed hard. Those words pierced through him. What? A spotlight suddenly flooded the darkness, lighting up the room and the large stage. Kane! Ivan! In the middle of it, both looking equally lost and confused as Noah felt, and was Ivan and Kane. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, Is this thing on? A voice boomed from all around them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the world premiere of... A third man appeared on stage with all the theatrics of a man who had spent a lifetime in theater. Well, I haven't worked out a name for it yet, but who cares? Noah's grip on Crow's hand tightened as the rest of his body froze up. Luca! His voice was filled with a recognition Noah could ignore, and his eyes darted toward him. All Crow did was smile back towards him. His smile seemed awfully lonely. Yoo-hoo! Noah, I'm talking to you, you know. Hey, asshole. Let us go. You... If it isn't my favorite cousin, how have you been? I don't know who you are. Ivan's eyes traveled away from the short man, but there was a twitch to his brow. They're related? Or is Luca just messing with me again? I can never tell when he's lying or being truthful. Anyway, I digress. I have a fun show planned for our audience tonight. A real-life murder mystery. You don't come by those often, do you? What the? That's right, folks. One person here will be dead by the end of the show. Ooh, I wonder who it'll be. Lucas smiled and waved out to the invisible audience before his eyes locked onto Crow's. Huh. Haven't we met someone before? Oh, you're August, aren't you? Silly me. Crow frowned but offered up no words of denial. You died, didn't you? That's too bad. Hey, that doesn't mean someone gets out of dying. That'd be too easy. Below his breath, in a voice that wasn't meant to be heard by anyone, Noah listened to his words. I'm here now, and I'm me. Isn't that enough? His voice trailed off at the end, as if he couldn't even answer his own question. Luca laughed from the stage, not at all worried about whatever Crow was muttering about to himself. Dead or not, the show must go on. Ivan, Kane, get away from him. I mean, I'd love to, but... It seems like we're stuck here. My legs won't move. Oh, nothing to worry about. Kane and my dear Ivan will just be my puppets for a little while. We're not here to play another one of your stupid little games. We're here to help you for reasons I have no fucking clue about, you crazy asshole. Help me? From you? Oh, Noah, you gave me all the help in the world already. How would I live with myself if I gave you any more? If you gave any more? You seemed to manage perfectly fine back in high school. Luca laughed again, amused. I would love to stand around and chat, but I have a show to organize. Be back soon. And a puff of smoke, Luke was gone. Kane and Ivan sputtered and coughed, but still stood in place, whether they wanted to or not. Are you okay? That was difficult, wasn't it? I have to be. What do we do? How can we give him the charm and leave if there's nothing he wants? He does have something he wants from us, to watch his show. Do we really have to? He said someone will die. Ivan and Kane, I can't lose you. Crow withdrew his hand from Noah's. The sudden absence of warmth was something Noah keenly noticed. Crow walked over to the big double doors that led out of the theater, but found them locked and unopened, no matter how hard he shook them. Yes, yes, it seems we really have to participate, but I won't let anyone die. Noah, nothing will happen to you while I am around. That, I promise you. Ivan Kane's voices rose from the stage. I'm not really one for theater, but do I have to be involved with this? Not like I want to be up here either. Got a plan to get us off the stage? Nope, I thought you were a smart guy. Why don't you use that brain of yours for something? We'll work on looking for a way out of here. You two are... practice your acting, I guess. I really thought my kid was gonna say, you two, stay put. The other two went back to their bickering as Noah turned back to Crow. There must be something we were missing. I wish there was. But there is something strange, so maybe... Strange? Feels like this dream isn't hosted by a single person. There's two people it seems to be originating from. Two? But how? How is the real question. Perhaps if we could find the second person, we could end this dream before anything bad happens. What if the second person is the murderer? I won't let anything happen to you, and I will try my best to protect your friends, but... anything can happen in a dream, though I am an advocate of them. I must also stress the danger in the situation. Where can we find this person? Their guess is as good as mine. It feels like there's some kind of barrier all around this dream, protecting something, or keeping something in. Back down the stage, Kane and Ivan were glaring daggers at each other. If their legs weren't stuck in place, Noah thought they might really get into a fight. Maybe we should go check on those two first. I'll give you a chance to meet Ivan too. And look at those markings on his arms. Maybe you'll be able to make something of them. I'm sure any friend of yours is wonderful. Ren is a bit of a stretch when it comes to him, honestly. Noah and Crow made their way down the aisle, but past rows and rows of empty seats. A large theater like this being so empty felt strange, as if the crowd had simply disappeared and made show and never to reappear. It really was an impressive thing. Noah could imagine the types of fantastic shows that would be acted out on a stage like that. Instead, they were stuck with a teenage dream version of the boy who blackmailed him in high school. Great. I don't owe an explanation to you. You're just a petty thief. A thief? Yeah, sure. Pretty. Petty. No. No. There's no need to fight. We should all concentrate on getting out of the situation together. That's what friends do, right? There's only one person here I'd call friend. Kane frowned, eyes moving away from Crow. He pulled at his legs, trying to get them to move, but he was simply completely stuck in place. Ivan, on the other hand, was standing with his arms crossed, trying to look unbothered. It was only when he got a close look at Crow that the expression on his face faltered. Sunshine? Noah followed his line of sight, and he was staring at Crow. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm possibly not who you're looking for. But you're... You... I frowned, confused. Does he know Crow from somewhere? How? You don't recognize me? You don't recognize me? Crow let out the smallest sigh ever, but a smile then returned to his face. I'm sorry. My bad. Trick of the light, I guess. He turned away, arms still crossed. So this is the guy all that fuss was about? Interesting. What fuss? There wasn't any fuss. Ivan raised an eyebrow. Sure. If breaking into a government building to find out more about someone isn't a fuss. Hey. Oh, so that's what you did. Why you did that? Can we just not talk about that for now? That for now, please. Have you two met? Nope. I guess he just has one of those faces. People do seem to think that about me. Well, Crow, this is Ivan, and vice versa. It's nice to meet you, Ivan. Thank you for being friends with Noah. Yeah, sure. The best of friends. Crow is an interesting name. Is it? Certainly not a normal name. Not really a name at all, actually. I suppose not. No. I wonder if people actually do have animal names, you know? Like, I know people have like the name Tiger, some people have the name... some name. I can't remember it. Oh yeah, so people do have tiger names, like Tiger, Wolf. Any other animal names? Imagine somebody named Ostrich. Or Quack. Honestly, Quokka could be a nice name. You know, like shorter Quack. No, actually, they sound like too close to Quack and be bullying at some point. But it'd be cute, in my opinion. Crow smiled charmingly, the same way he always would. When he didn't want to talk about something, Ivan stared him down, his face impressive as usual. Like, you can talk about something being normal, look in a mirror. Why do you keep talking about how I look? Are you that obsessed with me? Obsessed? With you? God, I'd rather die. Be my guest. It'd certainly make my life easier. More importantly, do you know Luca? He recognized you. And? You two are related? I don't know what you're talking about. Never seen that guy before. He shrugged. Right. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. Luca's a jackass, and so are you. Right, because every jackass in the world is related after all. Very clever of you. God, can you two stop fighting for just 2 seconds? Sorry. Why does he look like that anyway? Like what? He's just a kid. He hasn't changed at all. Well, people dream about themselves in all kinds of ways, as they look now, or how they looked when they were younger. Perhaps that is what he considers his peak. You sure know a lot about dreams. A thing or two. Enough to believe that there's a second person hidden by here somewhere. A second person. The second dreamer, to be precise. To be more precise. That's not possible. Crow nodded. I would usually agree with you, but... On the side of the stage, a girl with pink hair took a few steps out onto the stage, her footsteps quiet yet loud in the empty room. I believe we found our second dreamer. Rosemi! Wait, Rosemi? All of their eyes turned to the girl. She was young, no older than 17. Noah's eyes instantly widened in recognition. But Rosemi disappeared 6 years ago, the same time you did. That's right, she told me she was gonna run away. No one found her? No, she disappeared and no one heard from her ever again. You were easy enough to find, but she wasn't. Some people thought you ran away together. What? Guess not then. Of course not. I mean, we were barely friends. Rosemi paused, still on the other side of the stage to the men. She looked between the group in shock, her legs locking her in place, as if she was stuck the same way as Ivan and Kane. I'll go talk to her. Noah? Somehow, yeah. You've changed. I barely recognize you. And you haven't at all. You recognize me too? Of course. You're Rosemary, right? Tears welled up in her eyes, but she wiped them away with the end of her sleeves and frowned. You're real. No, last time I checked. But why do you look so much older? That's what happens when you go 6 years without seeing someone. I'm more interested in why you would be surprised by that. And that has something to do with why you haven't changed at all. Excuse me? What did you say? 6 years? Kane said you disappeared. You ran away, didn't you? Not 6 years ago. It was just the other day. What are you doing here? I was just helping my brother. Not that I wanted to. I didn't have a choice. More than that, I was just happy to see someone who recognized me. And before now? Drifting from place to place, I thought I was dead. Am I dead? Are you dead? That's a good question. I wish I could tell you. Maybe Crow or Ivan would know more. Ivan is here? They really are related. How have I never heard of Ivan when I knew Luca and Rosemi? Look, come talk to the others. I'm sure we can work this out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take your seats. The show is ready to begin. I'm sorry, I have to go. Wait, take this. Rosemi looked at Noah's outstretched hand, and it was one of the charms Crow had given to him. She took it timidly, and timid was not a way Noah would have described Rosemi in the past. Whatever she had gone through in the last 6 years had certainly changed her. It looks like you've met my wonderful sister. Or should I say assistant? With a snap of his fingers, Rosemi turned and marched off the stage. Huh. The audience is looking a little thin. Oh well, that's no matter. Since all 4 of you have decided to grace my stage, well, why don't I switch up the story a little, and we can all relive some fun memories. Or you could, stop being insane and let us go. Where's the fun in that? Come on. There's nothing more fun than sharing secrets, and I know lots of secrets. Secrets about Kane, secrets about Noah, secrets about Ivan. So many secrets waiting to be shared. Oh, don't give me that look. Of course you all have them. Secrets make the world go around. Just how much can you trust the person standing next to you? Just tell us what you want already. You. The one that wears that face. Me? I don't know any secrets about you. That's no fun. But I have a way to fix that. With another click of his fingers, Rosemi reappeared from beyond the stage curtain and walked directly to Crow. She carefully raised her finger to his forehead and tapped it just once. Crow's face screwed up in pain and his legs gave out from under him. He clutched at his head but didn't let out a single cry. Crow. It's okay. Sorry. What did you do? Ooh. Oh my, what juicy little secrets. There's so many to choose from. How will I pick? Ah, how about this one? A sad story. Boo-hoo. I can already feel the tears forming. He dabbed his face with the sleeves, wiping away fake tears. And from the top, make it drop. That's some wet. The room went black as every light cut out at once. Noah's mind felt hazy, weighed down by lead. His consciousness came and went in bursts as he struggled to hang on his very being. Interesting. I wonder who is the actual murderer. Is it this guy? Is it somebody else? Suddenly he felt very alone, more alone than he felt in years. And all at once he was no longer himself. In a realm beyond time or space, beyond good and evil, beyond life and death, an unnamed being came into existence completely and utterly unknown. He floated in an endless sea of nothingness that felt as warm as sunlight on his skin, though had little to compare to it. He had no destiny, no purpose. The only truth in this world, and his world, was the solitude. He didn't feel lonely. He wasn't afraid, for fear did not exist here either. He held neither joy nor sadness because they were meaningless concepts to him. What was joy without sadness? Sadness without joy? The only truth was in waiting. Waiting for something to happen. Waiting for a certain someone to appear. Waiting for his purpose to be made clear. As he floated, he contemplated many things. His existence, the world around him, the emptiness. He constructed elaborate worlds and scenarios in his mind that would wash away like a sandcastle hit by the incoming tide. And every now and then, he would be hit with a wave of something else, nostalgia as the scenarios played out behind his closed eyes. Memories of places he'd never seen before. Memories of beings he'd never laid eyes on. He watched as the colors and shapes of his dreams changed, but nothing else did. Sometimes he felt like he was trapped in a perpetual cycle, doomed to repeat the same patterns over and over again. And yet he was calm. If that was to be existence, that was fine. He would be fine because he was always fine. Because for one such like him, fleeting things like feelings and emotions were far beyond him. He's content to simply exist, to observe, and to wait. And so he waited in peace, floating in an endless sea of dreams, waiting on in his eternity. Oh, you boy, what a poor, sad existence. I wonder what will happen next. I wouldn't dare to keep my lovely audience waiting, so shall we? No, no, no more. Please. Crow. With the discovery of his purpose came the revelation of his name, the first thing he'd ever chosen for himself. Crow. August. Crow. August. A symbol of his solitary existence, a symbol of his desire to protect that which mattered to him. He watched over them with utmost care from the shadows, but the further he interacted with humanity, the more the pit of dread deep within his stomach began to grow, into a sprout, then into a tree. He experienced that which he never could have imagined. Loneliness. He was always alone. He had always been alone. But now he felt the weight of his solitude firmly in his heart. It was a gnawing, gnashing ache in his chest. He couldn't shake off. And then there was more fear. Fear of losing himself, fear of the unknown, of the emptiness, fear of losing the one he wanted to protect, despite the fact that he was little more than nobody to them, only a tiny part of their life, a fact he was keenly aware of. His memories, that's what they could all be called. The scenes he saw in his mind's eye when he drifted in the endless sea began to plague him. Memories of a boy that looked just like him, memories he could never live up to. Those memories left him only with more emptiness. He tried and he tried to push those feelings away, but they persisted. And so he waited. But he just had too much time. Far, far too much time. Time to think, time to contemplate, time to worry, time to stress. And the longer he waited, the more he realized that he was changing. Changing into what? He didn't know, but he was changing. The vulnerability of being human without the benefits that came with being one. The ability to love, to hate, to admire, to trust, to fear, to be in pain. He had no idea how to reconcile the crow he was before with the crow he was now. And so, he decided he should just cast the feelings away. The only thing he needed to do was protect the one who mattered to him most. Even if in the moments where he sat waiting for a time he could truly be happy, he would imagine that what it would be like to be someone else, someone who could feel and experience the world around them in ways he never could. He would imagine what it was like to be August. Stop! Stop! No more! Oh, poor crow, grappling with an existence he didn't choose and a purpose that only causes him pain. It's not true. I am perfectly content. I am happy. I exist too. Sure. You can tell yourself that all of that was fake if it makes you feel better. Don't listen to him. It's not true. I'm fine. I have always been fine. I'm completely, totally fine. Crow still sat in a collapsed pile on the floor of the stage where he'd fallen when Rosemary touched him. His eyes were wide and his hands were balled into fists. It was like he had come undone at the edges, one frayed thread away from rallying into nothingness. What a lovely story! If only we had the time for an encore. And thus does the curtain begin to close on this tale of a little lost crow, but not before. The final twist. Crow! The room was silent. Too silent. The spotlight shone on the stage for the final time, illuminating a single body. Luca, lying in a puddle of his own blood, face down. Rosemary looked on in horror as she rushed towards him, but it was already too late. The world began to shake around them. Well, that certainly was a final twist. Ivan, take Kane back. Ivan nodded before grabbing hold of Kane. Despite his apparent dislike of the idea, he reached out towards Noah, who only turned back to Crow. Noah, don't be an idiot. We've got to go. I'll be right there, I promise. He's always been alone? Then I can't leave him alone now. He's not August. She disappeared. Noah took hold of Crow's shoulders. Crow, You've got to go. Noah, please leave. You have to. I won't leave you here. Please, come back with me. Please, just go. Come with me. I can't. Then I'll stay here, right here with you. Crow shook his head, his eyes still on the ground. He wouldn't look up at Noah. You can't. No one can. I will. Go home, Noah. Back to where you belong. Only if you promise to meet me there. What? If what he said isn't true, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., there's a diner at Lowfield Street. Please. No. I'm going to be alone again. Rosemi's lone voice carried through the room, from where she sat clapped next to Luca's body. Rosemi, come with... But there was no time. There was never enough time. The dream fell apart around the group, but not before he saw Crow reach for Rosemi. Noah fell. Space and time seemed to stretch out around him as everything went black. In the endless void, Noah swore he could still hear Crow's voice echoing around him. His near-silent chuckle when he didn't want to answer a question. His voice that trembled as he begged Luca to stop, seeming so much smaller than ever before. His gentle and comforting voice that made Noah feel safe, no matter where he was. Nothing will happen to you while around that, I promise you. For some reason, Noah believed those words to be true. Noah fell to the cement with an audible thump. Fortunately, no one seemed to be around to see his sudden appearance. Ugh, my back. Where am I? Right, I was outside when Kane, Ivan, where are you? The other two were nowhere in sight. Picking up his wounded pride and his slightly sore back, Noah rose to his feet and looked around, making sure that no one had seen him before he walked out under the streetlights. The night was cool, and he drew in his jacket around himself. His footsteps echoed through the silent streets. The only other sounds was the hum of far-off traffic, but even that was few and far off between at this time of night. Noah had always enjoyed solitude, even if, before everything had become a mess, he enjoyed the times where he could close his bedroom door, put in his earphones, and just draw. For some reason, right now, felt like those moments from his childhood. He felt like the only person in the world, and his hand twitched, begged to draw, sketched to paint. It didn't matter what his subject matter would be, he just knew he had to create. With that thought, his steps sped up, and soon he stood in front of the foyer to his apartment. Crow. Everything that Lucas said was true. Was it true? Why have you always been alone? Why does that make me feel so empty? I guess Luca's dead too. But Rosemi. Noah frowned, rubbing at his temples. Nothing makes sense. If she went missing 6 years ago, did she somehow get stuck there? I need to find her. Noah switched on the TV, but all that was playing at this time of the night was weird, alternative music channels. For some reason, the music helped to calm him though. He stared towards his canvas. For once, it was blank. It was waiting for him. His mind was filled with inspiration. He sat at his easel, his brush poised in his hand against the blinding white canvas. He thought he'd paint the dream, the stage with a sea of onlookers throwing roses, a grand scene. But instead he painted something else. A man with blonde hair and green eyes, with flowers sprouting from around him. A warm smile that would put a summer's day to shame. The story of a lonely crow. It's you, Crow. Why did you look so sad after you recognized Luca? How could you recognize him if you were not August? Are you really alive out there? Why didn't you contact me? If he turns up tomorrow, then it's true. It's really him. But despite his words, Noah's mind kept drifting back to Crow's lonely, sad smile, the far-off look in his eyes, as Luca go to him. I think I needed to sleep. Overcome with tiredness, Noah picked up a half-used water bottle left by Kane and watered his plant before almost crawling back to his bedroom and collapsing with exhaustion for yet another restless night. Alright, 1 second. I drink some. Alright. The trio sat on a mattress that August's dad had pulled into the room, playing games on August's TV until late into the night without a care in the world about school the next day. August's dad popped his head into the room at one point, brought them a few pizzas, and told them not to stay up too late with a wink before he retired to bed himself. Hey August, I was just thinking. Noah set down a slice of pizza, his fingertips damp with grease, and looked at August wonderingly. It's kind of crazy how your dad's alright with all of this, letting us stay up late. I mean, and even bringing us pizza. My parents would never let me stay up past midnight on a school night. He seems really chill, though, and he doesn't talk to you like a parent either. Don't you think so? He doesn't talk like my parents, at least. Oh, thank you, IKEA, for the subscription for 2 months. I appreciate it. They're always lecturing me, but your dad... It's hard to explain, but it feels like he talks to you like an equal. Well, my dad trusts me. He knows he doesn't have to order me around. He says I have a decent enough head on my shoulders to make my own decisions. Though I wonder if he has a bit too much faith in me. I don't think so. He's like... If I could choose how my parents were, I'd like it if they could act more like your dad. He's so cool. He's amazing, isn't he? August responded with a genial smile, one which would have made half of the girls at school swoon, not sworn. He's everything I aspired to be. I think to be is the word, not me. A lot of typos now all of a sudden. I thought my parents were laid back, but your dad is way chiller. It really is. I'm so jealous. I wish I could say the same thing about my family. Noah, I know you've been through a lot, but it's alright. We can always be your family. Isn't that right, Kane? Family? Not opposed to that, I guess. But how would that work exactly? Well, gee... I guess I just said it because it sounded cool, but I'd not given too much thought about our exact roles. You'd definitely be the mother, though. Huh? You're being serious? Of course! You're the best at cooking out of all of us, and you're always lecturing us. My grades would probably be even worse if you weren't around to keep me in the straight and narrow. Kane frowned. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. It feels like you're calling me a nag. In the best possible way. I'm not so sure about that. Bum, bum, bum. But whatever, I guess I'll take it. I don't mind being the mom friend. What about you, August? Naturally, I'll be Noah's younger brother. Don't you want it? You don't want to be the father? I think I'm too young to start a family. Right. That makes sense. Hey, I could say the same thing about myself. I might be taller than you, but I'm not any older. Man, what are we talking about anyway? Nothing. This is so stupid. Maybe, but it's good to be stupid sometimes. Life's serious enough as it is. What do you think? What do you think, Noah? Noah, who had been quiet during this exchange, looked between August and Kane. He blinked. Then with eyes which looked suspiciously moist, he said, "You guys, I... Do you really hate... Do you hate the thought of being related to me that much?" No, it's just... You two, sometimes I just feel like they think I'm a mistake, and sometimes I agree with them. But you two make me feel like that's not so true. Noah's eyes watered up, and August and Kane both quickly jumped back in surprise. For some reason, after everything that had been happening lately, their words touched Noah deep within his heart. I... Tears streamed down his face. You guys are the best. God, I must be tired or something. Please pretend this never happened. I guess I can see Noah cry off my bucket list. Shut up. I don't want to steal the spotlight, but I also appreciate you two. I mean, I've moved around so much because of my father's work that, well, you're the first real friends I've ever had. August. Okay, everyone is overtired, I think. Why don't we get ready for bed? Good idea. Right in the face, Noah wiped away the few stray tears that were falling down his face. Let me think. Why don't we use this mattress? Then we can keep the TV on for a while longer and watch something. All three of us? Yeah, it'll be a real sleepover. It shouldn't be too squishy either. Dibs aside. This side. I'll take this spot then. Noah stared at the empty spot left for him, right in the center between Kane and August. I can't sleep next to him. Okay, I guess I'm in the middle. I feel like there's like a slight love triangle, you know? The three situated themselves on the mattress. August switched the TV over to playing some movie, which August and Kane instantly found themselves in trance with. On the flip side, Noah found himself unable to concentrate in the slightest. Lying just a hand width away was the boy he'd found himself enchanted with. He couldn't help but be overly conscious of every shift, every breath, every near silent chuckle. It didn't take long for the gentle sound of Kane drifting off his sleep to reach their ears. August smiled at Noah and it almost lit up the dark room. Let's get some sleep, okay? Yeah. In the moonlight, Noah laid facing towards August's back. Right now it seemed awfully small and awfully fragile. As if he reached out, he would simply cease to exist. But as Noah tossed and turned, too aware of the heat of another right next to him, Noah decided something against his better judgment. To reach out after all. His fingers, ever so careful, touched the palm of the blond guy's hand, gently so as to not wake the boy. Still awake? August rolled over, obviously not asleep himself yet either. Noah froze his hand still against the others. I'm not that tired. Me either. His heart beat loudly in his ears, a constant loud thump. Can I ask you a question? Of course. You can ask me anything. You are, What I mean is, what I'm trying to ask is, if you perhaps like guys? I mean, if you did, I'd be cool with that, and it has nothing to do with my parents. I was just wondering. August looked surprised, blinking a few times before going red. The room was silent. Crap. Why did I? Maybe I haven't ever really thought about it. His eyes dropped back to Noah's. What about you? What? No, of course, I don't. I mean, I do. I don't know. By the two of them, Kane started rolling all over in place. The two boys jumped, turning over instantly to face away from each other. Noah screwed his eyes shut tightly. Fuck. I felt like reaching out and kissing him. His face was still deeply red. And he hoped that neither of the other two boys could hear how hard his heart was still beating. I wish I could read his mind and know what he thought about me. As Noah drifted off to sleep, he peeked back towards August, who was already soundly asleep. Maybe if I could just take a peek into his dreams. But before his consciousness could truly drift off into the endless sea, the bed gave way from under him and he fell. The world around him spun and spun. Wind whipped him in the face, drowning out his attempt at a scream. Ah! What? Ah! I'm kidding. Just at the bad voice acting scream because I don't want to actually scream. He couldn't see anything. He couldn't hear anything. He tried to grasp around to grab onto anything to save himself, but it was no use. There was nothing. And through that nothing he fell. He hit the ground hard. What? What's going on? When Noah opened his eyes, he saw a familiar landscape. Why am I here? Wasn't I just in bed? God, my head hurts. Around the hall, Noah heard the sound of approaching footsteps. Wary, he ducked behind the teacher's desk just in time to see someone enter the room. A boy with blonde hair and green eyes. Just before Noah could stand up and call out to the boy, another person entered the room. What the? Noah. Another Noah walked into the room and walked towards August, who was at his desk searching for something. The other Noah spoke quietly to August before he reached down to take his hand. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Noah jumped up from his hiding place. August, with wide eyes, looked between the two. Noah's before the one standing beside him disappeared. Noah! Who? What? Where are we? What's going on? How did you get back there? I mean, we're at school. Noah, I thought that was much was obvious. But then, how did we get here? We were just in bed. August pouted, thinking hard. I don't know. Then who is that other person? Well, you, honestly. I think I'm just as confused as you are right now. He laughed, seemingly not at all stressed about this confusing situation. He accepted it as if it were normal, as if this was a dream, and his brain was making it seem totally natural. Noah, can I ask you something? August approached Noah quickly, his signature smile on his face. Can I hug you? What? Oh, of course you can, if you want to. With a happy sigh, August wrapped his arms around the black-haired boy and muttered something into his shoulder. This must be another dream, huh? A dream? It must be another one of those dreams. These dreams. Noah pinched himself, but the pain told him he wasn't asleep. That's when Noah noticed it. Outside the window, it was as if time had stopped. Nothing moved nor existed. It was only August, Noah, and the school. This is all I could ever wish for. The world shook around, the two crumbling into nothingness, but August didn't seem upset by the development. He gave Noah one last squeeze before the world turned to darkness. Something pulled on Noah's consciousness, guiding him, pulling him, but towards where? Where his destination, all he could do was squeeze his eyes shut as he fell through that nothingness, heart beating faster than it ever had before, for the reasons. While falling later, and his back hit the mattress. Kane jumped next to him, eyes wide. What are you doing? Jumping around so early in the morning. Jumping? And where'd you go earlier? When I was gone? Yeah, I woke up earlier and you weren't beside me. Noah's mind was racing. Oh, just went to the bathroom, I guess. You sure took your time. Shut up, I wasn't even gone long. Um, uh, August was here while I was gone. Yeah, it's his house. Why are you acting so weird? What the hell happened last night? Noah's frantic eyes went down to August, who was finally beginning to awaken. Good morning. August looked from bewildered Noah to the confused Kane and then back again. Did I miss something? Noah searched August's face for something. Anything, any kind of recognition of what happened last night. Wait, was that really a dream? August's dream? How? Is there something on my face? Or have I overslept or something? No. Noah and I were just chatting about something. We should probably get up if we don't want to be late for school, though. Yeah. The three boys got ready for school quickly despite how tired they all felt. No one in particular felt as if he hadn't gotten even a wink of sleep. Did I have a wink of sleep? What was that? Morning, boys. You guys hungry? Starving. Well, that's good, because I've just made pancakes. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Oh, August, have you decided what you want to do tomorrow? August looked away from his father, somewhat shy. Can we just do dinner at home? His dad had ruffled his hair with a laugh. Anything you want, kiddo. Breathe, throat, voice. You know, talking for so long in a character voice and constantly switching is like, it's nice vocal practice, but I don't practice enough to warm myself up to be able to do it. But it's okay to ask for things, you know that. What's tomorrow? Oh, it's nothing special. I'd say your birthday is pretty special. Ba-ba-da-da. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Alright. Brief pause. Good. It's your birthday tomorrow? Why didn't you tell us? Dude, this is a huge deal. I don't usually do much on my birthday, so I don't think of it as a big deal, I guess. Anyway, I'll go bring the pancakes up, okay? August and his dad left the room, leaving Noah and Kane to think for a moment. So we're in agreement, right? Yeah, we'll go pick out a present after school. Good plan. You and I make good partners, huh? Dude, you're making it sound romantic. Who said it wasn't, huh? God, I'm kidding. Partners in crime, is that better? I was about to say, I couldn't imagine you committing a crime, but you do seem like the kind of guy to be a millionaire tax evader. Well, now I have something to aspire to, huh? I brought the pancakes. In his hands, he carried the 3 plates piled high with pancakes. Each was covered in fresh fruit and cream. Ooh, it makes me want to make mint pancakes someday. I wonder if that would be good. Whoa, they look amazing. Do you eat like this every morning? Never. I think my dad wants to make a good impression on both of you. Well, he certainly has. As Noah ate slowly, the thoughts about what had happened last night began to fade away. I'll worry about it later. For now, I'll just focus on what to buy August for his birthday. The sun beat down on Noah, Kane, and August in between the outstretched arms of the trees that hung above them. The group made steady pace as they descended the hill, on their way to school once again. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Just a little just a little tired. Right. Well, we did stay up kinda late last night. Mom would never let me do that, let alone my dad. Yeah. Surrounded by an uncomfortable silence, the group continued on their way down the mountain. Somehow the trio managed to arrive at school even earlier than usual. Noah sat at his desk and, with a yawn, pulled out his sketchbook. Absent-mindedly, he doodled on the blank sheet of paper. To Noah, a blank page was incredibly powerful. It represented a void in reality that only he could affect. It was the beginning of a million infinite possibilities that all began directly from his mind. He believed that was a mindset he would keep forever. He was standing there, here, and he walked over to me, and before he even realized what he was doing, he'd already begun to sketch out a certain scene that may or may not have happened the night beforehand. Now, what's that you're doing, Noah? Nothing, Miss Rose. Did you draw this? It's just a doodle, nothing serious. Her eyes went wide, then she blinked a few times as if trying to regain some composure. When did you begin studying art? I didn't, it's self-taught. Astounding. Now, have you ever thought about going into the fine arts? Like a university? That's right. I believe you have the ability to, and then some. Well, my parents want me to go into finance. Well, that's nice that your parents think that, but what do you want? You really think I could? You're not at stage left. I run the after-school arts club. No, if you seriously want to work on attaining a scholarship, then you should join us. Well, I'm a little busy today. How about you just come around and quickly introduce yourself then? Alright. Good, well then, I believe it's about time we get started with class. Time for a proper lesson class. First period seemed to breeze by, and before long, August and Kane had pulled their chairs over to Noah's desk for lunch. What did Miss Rose want this morning? Noah suddenly found it difficult to meet August's eyes. It's no big deal. She wanted to invite me to her after-school art club or something. Said something about going for a scholarship too. What? No, that's amazing. Deserve it. Really, your art is my favorite in the entire world. An arm snaked its way around Noah's shoulder, or patting him on the chest. I got some drinks. Did you miss me? As much as I miss any other overgrown and way too full of himself guy with no notion of personal space. Come on, there's no need for personal space between you and me. Laughing, Kane ruffled Noah's hair and set 3 drinks down on the desk. The usual. August beamed. Yep. If you want anything else, that's too bad. This is perfect. Hey, Noah, you should tell Kane too. Did something happen? It's not a big deal. Miss Rose just wants me to join her art club and go for a scholarship. Every time you say something isn't a big deal, it always is. Maybe you need to relearn what a big deal is. God, shut up already. Mom will kill me if she finds out. I'll cover for you. Maybe I could even convince her to hire me as your tutor. You wish? I don't know. She's certainly swayed by all of my charm. Noah rolled his eyes, and August giggled. Your future is definitely in art, Noah. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Right, right. Oh, you still good to help me with my homework later today? Right, the present. Yeah, I'm gonna drop by the club and introduce myself first, though. Maybe 15 minutes after school, then we can do it. Cool. I'll hang around in the classroom until you're done. I actually have to leave first today. So my dad had help him with the garden. Perfect. Nothing. Pass on our thanks for the last night. And for those amazing pancakes. I will. Now I'm hungry. Alright. My dad gave me some money, so I can buy you buff lunch today from the cafeteria. Oh, you don't need to. He insists, so do I. Well, I'm not down one. Well, I'm not one to turn down free food. Hopefully the good stuff isn't sold out already. I can't remember the last time I went to the cafeteria. What do you guys want? Maybe cake. You both said it at the same time. Hey. Noah could respond to Kane's teasing tone. Someone bumped his shoulder hard. Whoopsies, my bad. It's fine. The boy continued walking on, not even looking back over his shoulder. What's his problem? I guess it was an accident. Oh no! Group stopped in front of the cafeteria. Inside, barely anything was left for purchase, and right in the center of the fridge was a single slice of cake. Just one slice. Might I suggest a fight to the death? You can have. How about we share it? Like together? That's what sharing usually means. Alright. What about you, Kane? Do you want some too? Nah. I'll just get a sandwich. I don't really like sweet food that much. Well, you always bring things you bake to share. Yeah, 'cause you like them. I'll be right back then. August left the two boys standing together in the hall. You don't need to bake them. Just for me, I didn't realize. Why not? I like baking, and I like seeing you enjoy what I make. Still, I owe you one. Oh well, more than one. I mean, if you want to count, it must be 5, 10, 20. Okay, I get it. Kane laughed, a sound so hearty it would make anyone smile. You don't owe me anything. Just seeing you happy is cool enough with me. Well, thanks. I do like it. No, to be honest, there's something I want to tell you. I'm back. Ah. Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt? What did you want to tell me? Kane looked between Noah and August, rubbing the back of his neck. It's nothing. We can talk about it later. Cool. Should we go back to the classroom to eat? Looks kind of panicked in there. Sounds good to me. I asked if they had another plate or something, but nothing, so we'll have to share. Is that okay? Oh, but don't worry, I got 2 forks. Fine with me. August and Noah sat opposite each other, while Kane sat to the side. He munched on his sandwich quietly. The slice of cake sat in the middle of the table. Noah clutched his fork, a bead of sweat nearly running down his brow. Do I just take a bite? Wait for him to do it? Won't he be grossed out? Sharing food isn't it a bit too much too intimate? Will he think I'm weird? No, wait, this was his idea. Unless he only suggested it because he felt bad, did he actually want me to say no? Meanwhile, August had already scooped a portion onto his fork and put it into his mouth. He smiled widely. It's so good. Noah, you have to try some. You must have only been being nice. I should have said you could have it all. Especially after last night. As if fed up with waiting, August took the fork from Noah's clenched fist and scooped up another piece of cake before holding it out in front of him. Remember when you did this to me? You say, August carefully placed the fork in his mouth, a look of contentment on his face. Noah chewed with his cheeks already a deep shade of red. Good, right? Eat some more. Otherwise, I'll finish it all before you even get the chance for your second forkful. Noah took the fork from August, who was already digging in to have another piece. Although still nervous, Noah took this as a chance to finally start eating himself. Piece by piece. The slice was consumed until only one small bit remained. Noah nodded towards August with a smile. All yours. And no more words were needed. He ate it up instantly. Instant nomming. Your sweet tooth rivals Noah's. You and I are really alike. Small dollop cream sat at the corner of August's mouth. Noah reached out, brushing away with his thumb. You got some cream there. Here. I brought his thumb to his lips and licked it off. I got it for you. August blinked a few times in disbelief. I gotta... I'll be right back. He jumped to his feet and stormed out of the classroom. At least that's what he wanted to do, but just as he went to open the door from inside, it was opened from the outside instead. In stepped Miss Rose, ready to resume the lesson just as the bell went over the intercom. Going somewhere, Noah? Noah's eyes went wide, and he widely looked from August, who had already gone a deep shade of crimson, and Miss Rose. No, Miss Rose. August's fingers trailed over his lip before he stood back to Noah and returned to his desk. Kane had already disappeared back to his own seat too. Filled with shame, Noah plonked himself back down on his desk. As the teacher's sing-song voice filled the classroom with talk of the written word and poetry, Noah's eyes slowly fell back to August. No winning, Ampy. This is a visual novel. There is no winning. His blonde hair slightly fluttering in the wind from the open window. His green eyes downcast as he listened carefully to each and every word spoken. His fingers long and thin that rested against his desk. So, you'll each be writing your very own poem today. Don't worry about it being perfect. I'm more interested in peering into your souls. Dang, she wants to peer into our souls. Okay. A groan escaped the lips of many of the students. A poem. Write about whatever you wish. You'll have the remainder of the lesson to prepare. Hi, Melon. How's it going? Noah's pencil tapped against his paper. Math, science, history, he found himself at least decent at most subjects. But poetry, that was something else altogether. He looked towards Kane and August, but found both already preoccupied. Peering into my soul, huh? Now to start it. Whoops! I clicked on an option and I didn't even see it. And then, brought light into my darkness, my eyes couldn't help but follow you. And my heart hasn't settled, and I don't think that will ever change. And then, whoops, no! I keep accidentally pressing again. Can I go back? Oh, I can! I can go back! There's... Okay. Since we first met, and then my eyes couldn't help but follow you, and I don't think that will change, and then in a dream I saw you. In a dream I felt you. And your skin pale in the moonlight, your touch gentle and affectionate. And lastly, and then I was yours. Then I fell into your embrace. Noah stared down at his poem. It was certainly from the heart, but it also made him shy to read it back. Cringe. It's too lovey. Oh, hello, Melon. I was asking how are you, but I think you got hit with an ad, probably. I'm okay. Just going through a visual novel. About to end it, the section, and then go into a different thing later. Damn. Now, do we have any volunteers to present in front of the class? No? Come on, there's nothing to be shy about. Fine, I'll just have to pick some people. Noah? Huh? Do I have to? Yes, someone has to go first. Come on. Come stand up here. With shaking hands, Noah clutched his poem into his chest. Why me? With little other way to escape his situation, except perhaps jumping out of the window, Noah rose to his feet and walked unsteadily to the front of the class. Since we first met, my eyes couldn't help but follow you, and I don't think that will ever change. In a dream I felt you, your touch gentle and affectionate, and then I fell into your embrace. How wonderful, what a creative poem. No, is this about someone in particular? No. Take a seat. Anyone else want to go next? Noah carefully ripped the poem from his book before folding it and placing it in his pocket. There was hush, but before Miss Rose could pick out someone randomly, a single hand rose into the air. I'll do it, Miss Rose. Excellent. For once, the blonde looked slightly nervous as he made his way to the front of the class. In a dream, I saw you appear, amidst a place so familiar and dear. The moon shone high up in the sky, as if casting a spell from up high. The world around us was hushed and still, as if waiting for the match to spill. But suddenly it all faded away, leaving behind a sense of dismay. But as I turned to look beside, there you were laying by my side. And that moment I knew for sure that our connection would forever endure. How lovely, August. You're very talented with your words. It's been somewhat entertaining, you know? When we get to the next section, Melon, we can talk more about your trip and stuff if you need to. Or if you want to know more. Okay, I think we have time for a couple more before the end of the day. For the rest of the lesson, August's words tumbled around in Noah's head, spinning and turning. When the bell finally rang, Noah stepped out of it. As students piled out of the room, Noah stood clutching his art book close to his heart. Just as he went to leave, someone grabbed his hands lightly. Sorry. August quickly let go. I just want to say good luck, but you don't really need any luck with that much skill and hard work. Thanks. I'd rather have you wish me luck anyway. Good luck, Noah. You got this. Alright. I think this is a good stopping point in this story because we're getting to like the present of the gifts, and I feel like there's gonna be more climax at some point. So, and we'll hop into our next section. So thank you to everybody who came by for Dreambound, a visual novel that is BL and also murder mystery. Thank you Melvin, thank you Navi, thank you NAGod0, and thank you Sarybot for watching the server. And also thank you IOK for the 2 months of Prime. I really appreciate it. And thank you to anybody who came by. Anyone else? If you see this on YouTube, thank you for watching. And if you want to see me live, feel free to come to Twitch. But for now, I'll be right back.